How much do I need to retire? It's a common question that I get, and it really does depend on the kind of life you want to live post-working. Now, if you don't have any other information, generally speaking, I'd be saying probably to aim towards about 70% of whatever income you were earning prior to retirement. The reason being, a lot of Australians fall into roughly the 30% tax bracket, meaning that if you're earning roughly $100,000, about a third of that is going to tax. And so what you're then left with, that net amount, has been funding your lifestyle so far. Now, a couple of variables there could be if you've still got a mortgage or not post-retirement, whether you need to be paying that off or if you've paid it off early. But yeah, generally as a rule of thumb, you could go, well, 70% of what the household income currently is should roughly get you there. Now, if you want to get more information and go deeper, I'd naturally encourage people to do a budget planner and forward think, well, what kind of life do we want to live? If that seems like too Herculean of a task, you can actually go to the ASFA standards, which is the Association of Super Funds Australia. And they've actually got some example budgets there for what a modest lifestyle looks like for a couple versus a comfortable lifestyle. So I'll spend a quick moment to break that down, but I do encourage you to jump over to their website. So again, it's the ASFA Standards, Association of Super Funds Australia. So a modest lifestyle for a couple is around about $52,000 a year. So it's about $1,000 a week, effectively for food, fuel, and fun. And that category gets broken up. Now, there's also things like electricity and water rates, etc. But it assumes that you've paid off your house, and that's the key here. If you've got a mortgage or if you're paying rent, naturally you'll have to factor that in as well. But assuming you've paid off the house, they think for a modest lifestyle, it's about $1,000 a week. For a comfortable lifestyle, which would include things like higher levels of private health cover, maybe the international trips every couple of years, it's roughly $76,500. So that's about $1,470 a week. You could round up to $1,500 a week as a goal. But they're the two differences. So you've got modest lifestyle and a comfortable lifestyle, both for a couple. Now, if you're a single, it does drop down. It's about $35,000 a year for a modest lifestyle, and then it ramps up to about $55,000 a year for a comfortable lifestyle as a single. Now, how you then fund that could be a combination of maybe you're eligible for some government support through the age pension or similar, and that's kicking in maybe a third or more of your expenses. And maybe you're drawing down from superannuation on the rest, or working, slightly part-time, so you're not affecting your age pension, just to kind of bridge that gap. We could summarize to say a shot in the dark would be roughly 70% of what you were earning pre-retirement. Again, jump over to the ASFA standards on the website and just check out the sample budget planner there, and you could basically print it, go through line by line and go, oh, we actually spend more in that category or we spend less in that category, tally it up at the end, and that might give you a nice goal to get towards. Now, if you're not clear on how you might be able to achieve that goal, I'd encourage you to seek the advice of a financial planner. It doesn't have to be me. It could be someone else that you resonate with, but they can certainly help give you that clarity and help get you where you want to go. I hope you found that helpful. For more things like this, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.